Welcome to a new season. Walked into the booth, killed the verse for no reason. I'm the sickest dude breathing. Exhale my bat wings to unleash a few demons. Repossessing spirits, devils rip apart your arms, bite into your fresh flesh. If they're hungry, let them starve. Drag their body out the city and detain them on a farm. Sacrifice them or feed them to the chickens in the barn. Man, I told them I was coming. They shouldn't be alarmed. They were tugging on my rope, so I hung them by the scars. Now the earth is all mine, and that wasn't.
Hello everybody, so this will be the first episode. I'm looking around because I'm outside, and I've got a really fascinating guest for you. He's a really good friend of mine. His name's Jose, and we're gonna see where this goes. I'm interested in seeing, maybe we'll talk about his personal journey, kind of what he's doing what he's up to now, and he's got some pretty fascinating projects coming up that I want everyone to know about. And he's a very hard worker and a great guy, and so it's been my pleasure to do whatever I can to support him. So we're gonna see that, and also this is just gonna get me to hit the ground running and practice this craft. So we'll see how it goes. I hope you enjoy it. Take care. How do I know you?
From Shaka. I'm trying to think of the exact day. Definitely from gaming with Shaka.
Yeah. Do you want to explain what gaming is? Because this is like a population that doesn't know about what that is.
Gaming is the science of, not really, I don't know what I'm saying, science. I mean, it's become so simple now. Like gaming, now when I think gaming, I just think of approaching women. Yeah. In random situations. Not just like going online or just like waiting till you, actively you see some random girl on the train, going up and talking to her. Yeah. Just the practice of meeting women, approaching them and meeting. See, I'm using terminology to explain. I'm using game terminology to explain game terminology. Yeah. It's like I'm teaching some physics shit, and I'm saying that in intricate terms. All right, gaming is for guys who. It's mostly guys who've never been good with women, forcing themselves to get good with women by forcing themselves to talk to women in public.
Yeah, and I mean, I've always thought of it as, when I explain to people, people have reactions, all kinds of reactions, but I always explain it to be you want to meet girls, and the way that people meet people is just kind of through the stuff they do, through the work, through whatever they do, through their friends. But if you're living in a place like New York, there's beautiful women everywhere, so it's you practice your skills of talking to girls by the ones that you just see, and and it's a really, like he said, it's it kind of it becomes this whole community. It's this whole science behind it, and it's it's really it's gotten some people will think it's even when I talk to guys about that, they're kind of put off by it, but fuck them. But
it's for guys who can't talk to women naturally, who suck at talking to women, to force themselves to learn how to talk to women.
Yeah, and so our friend Shaka's really into that, and I was into that as well. Yeah. I'm taking a little break from that right now, but so I met you through him. But at that point, you weren't doing that though.
No, I had a girlfriend, so I was just I was being faithful and just but I still wanted to get good at it. You know what I mean? Just in case it's fun. It's challenging yourself, pushing yourself to be more social. Yeah. And I've always wanted to. I've never really that social, so I just wanted to push myself to be social and. Those situations that I never thought I could be social people, just pushing. It's really a lot of it just pushing my comfort zone, Yeah. Doing things that make me uncomfortable over and over. Yeah. Until they're not as uncomfortable. Yeah, and I mean, if I can backtrack a little bit, I actually met you we were in Hoboken a lot, and you would just kind of be in the clubs and the bars, Yeah. And you would be chilling, dancing with girls and stuff. Dancing.
And eventually you got up to this point where you started you see a really hot, pretty girl, girl. And you just go up and talk to her, and then if I remember the way I always describe you to my other friends is you took to it quick. I mean, you got it in 6 or 8 months. You were on it, You and Shaka were fucking Hoboken up for a bit,
Yeah. So I guess it's you just keep doing it, then it's an obsession. Every time you always want to test it. If you're not gaming, you're home checking up videos of people gaming. If you're not checking up videos, you're thinking of how you can you're just just how am I going to get better at this? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's just so I want to get into that more definitely, but I want to get into definitely so that's how I met you, but we weren't really chilling at that point. We started kind of hanging out more once we had the same job. Like
True, yeah, selling tickets.
Yeah, he was for
comedy tickets in Times Square.
Yeah, so you guys probably know,
those guys you hate.
Mm-hmm. Like we were those guys, you know. We were just kind of in Times Square. Actually, tell them about that kind of job.
Yeah. I was Times Square for like 6 months selling comedy tickets. Really started because like I said, I was gaming, and you know, whether subconsciously or whatever, I knew I wanted to do something that forced me, push my comfort zone even more, and like gaming puts you out there. Like when you're out there in the middle of freaking Times Square, like that really pushes you. At first, it was just like terrifying. It was just like so challenging. Yeah. You know, I'd just be exhausted. Like I just feel like drained, like to 1,000. But yeah, no, selling comedy tickets. I guess I did it. This stuff that will just push my comfort zone. You know, push my sociability. Like it's never been my main thing. Just forced me to be social with people in random situations, and really forcing me to not care as much. Yeah. Like, you know, hey, and biggest thing, taught me how to deal with dealing with rejection. That's the main thing, actually. Wow, I forgot about that. Yeah. We had to deal with rejection, and you're in Times Square selling tickets, and rejected all day. Yeah. Try not to go around this area, because that's where the camera is. Oh, shit. Yeah. No, it's all good. Go around? I'll edit it. No, I mean, because you went like that. Oh, shit, you know? Yeah. But I'll edit it. Maybe I won't edit it. Maybe it's good raw. Who knows? Yeah. You guys let me know. It's good raw. It's all raw. It's all good. This shit's real. We don't got a studio. It's guerrilla warfare right now. Okay. It was an incredible social sort of experience. Great experience for the time. Yeah. But I want to hear. Can you talk about like sort of like your coming up and sort of learning how to sell, and like, when you kind of went from making no money to starting to make some money? Yeah. It's like, all right. At first, you know, I was like, you know, just learning, like, you're just picking up different people's styles. Like, some people are more aggressive, like, you know what I mean? Trying to sell something quick. Some people, you know, people have different gimmicks. Some people just, like, point at people, like, just point, like, you know, make jokes. Some people are just more serious with it. Let me interrupt you there. When he means making jokes, there was some hilarious jokes there. Oh, yeah, like, really pushing people to the edge, you know. Like, you know, I'm looking for, like, I'm looking for racist white people. Like, like, people say all types of stuff. It's awesome, like, you know, because, like, mostly, the population mostly sells are mostly black. Yeah. Some Hispanics, but, like... Some Hispanics. And people get pretty vulgar, too. Yeah, and, like, you know, if you can imagine, like, mostly black people selling shit, and, like, then it's, like, mostly white tourists, and, you know, you say something like, oh, I'm looking for some racist white people, is that you? They'll react to it. And once they react, you kind of have the idea is that they're a little bit invested in what you have to say, and from that point on, you can kind of like get into pitch and all that. And that's like probably even the best one. My favorite was no, I would say all types of things. You know, it's mostly, you know, pointing out like things to get myself hype. You know, and women are the focal point. Just be like, you know, pointing at women. Somebody be like, I'm about to gonna put a baby in there. Yeah, I'm pointing again. Damn, I use my hands a lot. Put a baby in there. No, you can point. I just don't want you to cover the camera. Yeah, put a baby in there. I want to get you like, just saying all types of random shit. Yeah. More. That was more to keep myself entertained. That wasn't actually when I did this. It wasn't really to sell. It was more to keep myself entertained because like when you get rejected all day, sometimes you're just like I need something to entertain myself. So I would just say random stuff. Yeah, and I mean mostly females. So for people listening, like the importance of sort of getting yourself entertained, and what he means by that is. Like it was a job where you didn't really have hours. You kind of just came and went as you wanted to. But if you didn't go, you obviously didn't make any money. But you know, when you're kind of constantly being rejected and people like telling you to fuck off and like or that, the worst ones I felt like when they ignored you. Like, and there's like tons of you like talking to people that ignore you. It's like, dude, I'm a person. I'm talking to you, and you know. And that kind of wears on you. So like, what I loved about you and the other guys who were successful at this is you like really mastered ways to like keep your own energy up, and you didn't rely on other people for that, you know. Yeah, it's definitely challenging. I mean, I've learned. I mean, one of the best, James. That's my dude. He's still out there. He said he's gonna, you know, not do it for a while, but he always says that. Yeah. He's been out there for a while. Like, you know, like yeah, this guy like does this thing that always keeps us cool. You know, he's consistent. You know, he's been out there for over a year, and you know. You make fucking $250. Like the other day, like I made $350 today. Like, you know, like he lives in freaking the Bronx. He pays his rent offers comedy tickets, and he does all that stuff.
And that's not a small feat either, because when I was doing that for a while, and I would be lucky if I made $20 bucks or like $15, but this dude was making hundreds.
Yeah, and I have days where it's just like, damn, I can't even get a dollar slice right now.
Yeah, and I mean, there's this one technique I learned from you, and it's kind of a very like popular like self-help technique in which they call it burn the boats, in which you know what I'm talking about, right? Well, you used to do this thing where you would like the path train.
Go out there with no money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I would
like
force myself leave it at my house, and then I'll be like I wouldn't even leave myself money for train money back. I'll just be like, no train. You gotta go out there. Yeah. So if I felt like, you get all right, I'm gonna go home. Nah, I gotta make something first. So I'll either deposit it and just tell myself not to touch it, or just leave it in my house or whatever. Just go out. I mean, that's an extreme situation.
But it's excellent because if you think about it, if there's a job you don't need to be at, and you're doing it for an hour and you're not feeling it and you're feeling like shit, it's you can go home at any time. But I learned this from you. I did the same thing where I would just go with $2.50 for the train to go to New York, but I have no money to come back, and so if I didn't sell, I couldn't go home.
Exactly.
So you had to sell.
Yeah, it's for it's a Tuesday, and you're like, shit, I don't want to work. It's fucking Tuesday. It sucks.
Yeah. But Times Square was a crazy fucking thing because it's just I remember just the insanity of it. And I mean, even when I walk through there, I feel like it's getting more crazy because it's they had the dudes in the costumes that are trying to fleece people, trying to take pictures and then collect tips.
Yeah, it's Wild West.
Yeah, and now they got the topless women over there. You seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I can't even do Times Square. Energetically, I can't do it anymore.
It's a fucking drain. There's a lot of shit going on.
Too much mental stimulus.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, I remember I went on a meditation retreat for 7 days, and it dropped me off in I think Port Authority, Penn Station, and I got to Times Square. That gave me a fucking panic attack.
Yeah.
After all this solitude and silence, and I came to this, it's so much. I fucking almost fucking fainted. It was just too much.
It's a challenge.
Yeah. Okay. So, what I like though. And trying to back on fuck topics, but what I liked about you though, and what I thought was really cool is behind the scenes you put in a lot of work to learn how to sell. There was girls and stuff, and I'm actually learning just now your girls were your main motivation. Even though you were making money. Yeah. That you would I wasn't working there yet, and I would just be chilling with our other friends, our mutual friend Shaka, and you would just be being all day at Times Square, not making nothing.
Yeah, then I'd go with you guys.
Yeah, and then you come hang out with us, and then there was day after day after day you would make nothing. And then kind of I showed up a few months later, and you kind of had all these tricks mastered. But then I was still learning, and then I didn't see there's always work behind the scenes that you don't see.
Exactly.
But then nonetheless you're doing, and then you kind of show up, and I'm thinking, holy shit, why am I not getting this on my first try? But obviously because I didn't put in that time.
And I'm out there just chilling, I'm mad relaxed in this crazy place.
Yeah.
That's the hardest. Finding a peace and craziness.
And I thought it was a really valuable experience because it was just I learned a lot doing that. It's I learned a lot about sort of how to get my own emotional state at a good place where I didn't need to rely on people's approval or whatever. And I feel like getting that rejection was excellent, because then at some point you learn the worst they could always say was no.
Exactly.
And the kind of people who would buy would surprise me. I would approach a conservative white couple, in a suit and tie, and I'm I'm selling comedy tickets. Are you interested?
Yeah.
And they'd fucking buy it, Exactly. And you would think the people like that would be all tight and stuffy, but they would get it.
Exactly. It's funny, when you're I'm done with this, and then you're all mopey. Then some guys are you guys selling you selling tickets?
Yeah.
Someone are you selling tickets? Huh? Someone some Europe country, that's terribly judgmental. Anyway, and then they'll be you'd be
fucking shit up on the first episode, man.
Yeah, you'd be you'd be 3 tickets, and you'd be confused. It's I thought no one liked me.
Yeah. Yeah, and people would come to you. It's they hear you yelling tickets, and they see you with the sign, and they'll just they'll do the work for you. And I mean, but what I was very fascinated by, and I guess we touched on this a lot, was for a while that was your main way to meet women, right?
Yeah, all all everything. Yeah, it was really the main way. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it was a thing where, you know, we were all, I guess, like really trying as much as we could to meet girls, but I guess it was cool because it's like you happen to be in like in this incredibly dense city and like the most dense part of it. Yeah. And then like, you know, the other guys that we work with, they would meet people like from fucking like French girls. Like I remember James brought a French girl to my birthday and shit, and it'd be this craziness because it's like what I loved about it is, you know, like meeting people through other people and through the stuff we do is so limited. Yeah. But then we met all kinds of people like that, you know?
Yeah, all types of random people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so much cultures and everything. It's just like
it's
interesting. Learn a lot about people.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm curious on your thoughts though, because we had a lot of discussions about this, because that's obviously a job in which you interact with people. Yeah. And you know what I always struggled with was, I'm kind of a person that likes to be in my head and who likes to think.
Same.
You think so? Well, yeah, we're talking about this.
Yeah, I'm hella introverted. I'm not very social.
Can you discuss introversion, extroversion as you see it in like the...
Yeah, introversion, I mean, the general thing is like, the good definition is like a battery. You need to like, wait, no, I forgot what it was.
No, I see what you're going with that, yeah.
Something like this is something of like the battery, you have to like plug it in like for energy, and the like solar panels, like it needs like sun and attention, like, you know.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's like essentially that some people get energy from other people.
Yeah, I don't get energy by being around a lot of people. You know, I'll do that for a little bit, then I have to go back to, you know what I mean, like, you know, even like I'm a waiter now, but it's not like,
that's draining.
Yeah, but it's like I'm so, like I'll talk a little bit, but it's not like you know, I'll talk when I need to. If I don't feel like talking, I won't talk at all.
So you were interested in seeing how far you could push yourself?
Yeah, just see how far I could push myself. You know, it's not that you know, it's never about like trying to be introverted. It's more about just seeing how, it's really just about how much rejection I can take and how much rejection I can handle. So it's just like, you know, so I mean, that was my goal, and I realized, you know, I'm introverted, but I can get myself to be talkative if I need to. You know, I can get myself, you know, to spill out some words. You know what I mean?
That's a really awesome way to think about it, because in that way, you sort of make it a thing where you... Because when I was out there, it was like, how at times it feels like you kind of like, hey, you want to buy some tickets? No. Hey, you want to buy tickets? Why you want to buy tickets from me? But then when you make it a game of like, okay, you're going to say no. Yeah. Let's see how many no's I can take, as opposed to keep looking for this yes and keep like, you know, kind of like trying to get like blood from a stone. You're like saying like, oh, you'll say no and that's okay. And then you're kind of very accepting about it, you know?
The point when you give up, that's when you're just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Not exact. I mean, can't completely say fuck it. Yeah, I mean, you still have to remember your son's things, but still, like,
you know,
I'm not. It's not the only thing I'm doing. Something is that's a part of it. Right. Other part is, you know, being likable.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah. So a lot of it is just me, you know, remembering to be likable. Yeah. I still have to sell, but I also have to be like in my own way, you know.
Yeah, it's like all the business texts and all the videos and everything you'll say, everything you'll read or hear, is they say is you sell you don't sell the product.
Yeah, exactly.
And like people want to invest in you, not the tickets.
Exactly.
You know, if it's like you come off as this great guy, and they like your energy and they like who you are, then people will gladly give you money for fucking anything. You know, doesn't even matter about the product.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I had a thought there, but I forgot. I don't want any dead air. Okay, so we talked about that. So I was the thing I always think of you too when I describe to other people, it's like, you know, like we talked about girls and sort of, you know, meeting girls and the way we did it. What was cool about you was, you know, you sort of had a period where, and I hope it's okay if I say this on the internet or whatever.
Say it.
Yeah.
It's open.
Okay, cool. That, you know, you met a bunch of these girls and you've kind of had like, you were kind of dating a bunch of people at once, you know? Yeah. And, you know, as most guys would relate, maybe they won't admit it, but most guys, and, you know, definitely people who are interested in meeting women, like pickup artists or whoever, like, that's kind of what they want. They want to just, like, kind of be seeing a lot of girls, be going on a lot of dates, be having a lot of sex, and, like, you know.
Sex.
Yeah. And, you know, but But was that where you came from before that? That kind of abundance of women?
No. I mean, I never really wanted abundance. I wanted to feel like I could meet anyone if I had to, if I wanted to, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I never actually wanted to meet everyone.
Right.
Because that's a lot of people.
It is a lot of people.
That's draining.
Uh-huh.
But the ability
to,
if I wanted to,
right,
I could approach anyone.
And I think that's huge because it's like, say, like, you know, like you're in a relationship right now, but like, if like you weren't, or say you even moved to another place, you moved to LA or whatever, and like you're in a coffee shop and there's a pretty girl, it's like, oh, I know how to do this.
Ability, you know?
Yeah, and you can like meet people, not even just like to date or have sex with, but just to like meet people.
Exactly, and it's like, you know, it's like, I don't know, like Kung Fu masters, like they don't want to, like Kung Fu masters that never fight anyone, you know, they don't really want to, you know, you don't have to beat everyone up every time, but if you do have to pull out some Kung Fu moves, you know what I mean, you're ready. You know? Something like that, you know.
So can you talk about sort of, because what I also found cool was you sort of had that abundance of all these girls that you were dating, but you eventually just settled on one and you decided to do that. Can you talk about how you came to that decision? Yeah,
at first, you know, it happened like, you know, some heartbreak, and then it's like, I was thinking, okay, and then it's like, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna talk to mad women. Just like get over this, you know. And just like, you know, and at first, you know, I learned a lot from it, because it's like dating these different women, learning about these different personality types, and it's like, you know, some are you know, some of them are more extroverted, some are introverted, you know, some from like, you know, Africa, some from the South, some girl from like,
all of them were black.
All of them were black. One from like girl from Maine. You know, let's say girl from Maine, girl from Georgia. You know, this girl from fucking some Caribbean island or some shit. And it was just like, you know, learning these different personality types. You know, like, you know, starting out with, you know, different women, like sexually, like just learning, like seeing what I really want by being with different women. You learn what you really want. So just like, and then so. At some point, you know, it was cool for a while talking to all these different women. Then at some point, you need to like decide. And it's like, okay, I realize, you know, this is kind of draining. I mean, for some people, it'll be cool. Like, it's perfect. Like, but you know, type of person, if I'm like, I want to give my all the time. So it's just like, at some point it's draining, but I learned a lot from it. And you don't know, you know, what you want. I mean, you get to try different things, try different samples. So, I mean, it helped me learn more about what I like in a woman and what I'm looking for by dating different personality types, different people, you know. So then
that actually goes to something that I wanted to get to anyway. So it sounds like, you know, you were kind of talking to all these people and you kind of find out what you liked, and it was a lot to handle, and then you just kind of decided on one.
Oh it was draining, and then, you know, at some point you need to realize, you know, it's like Java, you have like 6 part-time jobs. Like, damn, hold up. I need to pick one. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I mean, like for some people that's great, you know. Some people do music, produce, skateboard, freaking skydive, and do pros and everything.
That's an important point though, because I think a lot of dudes who, like, you know, have these fantasies about, oh, I want all these women in my life. That doesn't come with that's not for nothing. That's not free. That's investment in each one of them, and then that's investment in time. You can't really be doing shit. Like, I've heard like other people say, it's like, you know, when you're dating a lot of women, it's kind of like that's your job. It's like you'll date a lot of women, and then you'll kind of work a little bit and make a little bit of money. But like, you know, that doesn't leave a lot of time. That spreads you thin, and then it's like, it sounds great when you're not doing it, but then when you're doing it, it's like, it's not, then you kind of find,
unless you're a cold-hearted pimp, and it's like, that's cool, you know what I mean? That's
absolutely.
Cool. You know what I mean?
I'm not knocking it, you know, everybody's got to make their choice, but it's just something that people don't think of, because they're just like romanticize it so much. But it's a real thing where you got to make some real choices, you know?
We're doing this, and I'm already excited about Shaka's one.
Oh, awesome. I'm going to get Shaka on this.
I'm going to have that on replay.
I'm going to get Shaka on this, definitely. I'm going to hit him up. So I'm interested in you sort of... some things I like to talk about is like different firsts people have had. First experiences. Yeah, we'll have a theme song.
First, like the YouTube comment first.
Exclamation point. I will have that on my YouTube comments, hopefully.
Comment on your own video for first.
So, tell us about first date ever.
First first date ever. Oh, I think first date ever. It was freshman year. This is
high school, college.
Oh shit, high school.
Okay.
High school is this girl from like MySpace era. She was living
MySpace era.
New York somewhere, and I would always just message her online, and we would be talking. We would talk on the phone, and you have like a little, online relationship going on, and then and they finally decided to meet. So she came to she came to Jersey City, and I was just like mad nervous. I was like, trying to look fresh. I had like huge baggy pants. Had a Dominican chain off, which actually fell off.
The Dominican chain.
Dominican chain.
God damn.
And actually fell off during a date.
Oh shit.
It fell off, but I was just like, oh, it's cool. And it was just awkward because I was just trying so hard to be cool. And I was just so awkward. And I felt so awkward the whole time.
Yeah.
I was trying to like touch her, and then I got away with it a little bit, but it was just like awkward. And then towards the end, I tried to go for a kiss. And you could tell through the date, like she was just like, she was like waiting for me for make a move the entire time.
Yeah.
And I was just being so awkward, and I was just trying so hard to just like, I was trying to be cool, and I was just like, it was, I didn't see her. I didn't see her after that.
So if like if the Jose that you are now could like talk to that Jose, what would you say to him?
I'll be like, hey yo, bitch. Again. Alright, I'll be like, yeah, my man, relax. You know what I mean? Like, breathe. It's not that serious. Just relax.
Right, and I mean,
chill the fucks out.
I think at that point though, it's like, I work a lot with like high school kids, and a lot of times they don't see the grand scope. It's like, shit's not serious. It's like you meet this person, and it's like, dude, like, we at that point in our lives, we have no concept of like a vast amount of people that are on this world.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the people that we're gonna meet. You know what I mean? We just like see it's like, oh my god, there's like this one person, and it's like, if I fuck this up, then not only will everyone know about it, but then also I'm kind of fucked, because then who else am I gonna talk to?
Yeah, it's like, you have to, if you try so hard to be you, then are you being you? It's like you're trying so hard to be like, it's like, I mean, naturally, I meet people sometimes I'm a little tense, but it's not like, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So worst date ever?
Yes, a girl also met. Did I meet her on MySpace as well? I was heavy in the MySpace.
He was heavy in the MySpace.
Did I meet her? I did meet her on MySpace. Met her on MySpace, and we were talking a bunch. Because, I'm an attractive looking man, so, I have a little picture up there. It's like, oh shit, cool ass Dominican, about to meet him. They meet in person, how that awkward, and it's just like, and set up this date, going on the date, and I was sick, but I still went to the date. I'm like, fuck it. Then we're hanging out the whole time. I barely said anything. I didn't feel well, but I still wanted to go on the date. Yeah. And you're just walking around, just like leading me around. It's awkward. I was just there, and I was scared to leave, but it's like I'm there, and it's just like, we even saw a movie. It was just awkward. I didn't say anything the whole time, and it was just weird. It's a weird date. It's a weird date. Yeah. And I didn't talk to her again. That's usually what happens. Okay. Go on dates, and I don't talk to them ever again. That's usually how it happens. Yeah. 1-2 dates. Then
so you wanted to leave? You wanted to leave because it was awkward, or because you weren't feeling it?
Oh no, I was feeling it. I just felt sick. Okay. But I wanted, I wanted to stay. I wanted to figure out this dating thing.
Yeah. So it's What do you think? Was it a thing where you, like, a question of like kind of like stating, oh, I don't feel well. Maybe it's a better thing if we do it next time, or like rescheduling, or were you like nervous about doing that, or just kind of?
I was nervous in general. Okay. I actually figured being sick was an excuse. So if the date went bad, I could blame it on being sick.
Okay.
So I'm like,
because you didn't think that through that well, huh?
Yeah. Maybe this works to my advantage if I'm sick as well. Then if it goes bad, I can use the excuse that I'm sick. And it's so awkward. I've seen it a couple months ago, maybe a year ago. It was so awkward. I was just like I didn't see it.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Do you drink?
Lately, yeah.
Lately?
Occasional.
I've never drank with you.
We've drank with Avis.
Yeah, that was like once, man. I never really got.
No, that was like two. That was like 2 times.
That was twice.
That was at least 2 or 3 times.
That's not a lot.
2 times. We went out a couple, like very few times, couple times.
On my birthday, we drank. You saw me drink. I don't think you drank.
Yeah, you gave me. Maybe at least 4 times you drank after.
Alright, whatever. Well, we'll let it make that happen. First time ever drinking? Tell us about that.
That's probably what. I mean, parents told me like when I was small, I used to drink, and then I got like really drunk as a little kid. I remember like New Year's, I think when I was 12 or 13, got mad crunk, and I was like breakdancing. You know,
Was it a house party or?
Yeah, a little family for New Year's.
Oh, okay.
I was like 12. Yeah, I was just like mad hyper, and just like breakdancing and shit.
Yeah. One thing too, like if like my viewers who aren't Hispanic, like Hispanics fucking party in their family.
Yeah, they definitely
like
have their
in
parties.
Peru, like you know, I've been here and like my family's always been telling me like in Peru, like fucking Christmas and New Year's, they like throw down. It's like, you know, they have like a big salsa party and like not only is there food, but there's like music and people are drinking, people are having a good time.
Yeah.
And like, you know, coming to this country, like my family, they're always like, God, like Christmas around here is so boring. Like nobody's doing shit, you know. We're just opening presents and we're not doing anything.
Exactly.
You know?
I feel as you on that one.
Yeah, so like, you know, that's definitely sounds really like normal from like our culture, and people party over there, man. Do you smoke?
Not really.
Cigs, marijuana, nothing?
Marijuana very, very occasionally. But I can't really smoke or drink that much because I'm just like, it doesn't help me that much. It's just like...
First time smoking?
Yeah.
Marijuana?
It was a while. I think it was like 15.
What was it like?
My friend Pat, just hanging out with friends in his place, and then it was just like, I didn't know, he passed me, like, I didn't know what I was fucking doing. I was just like, you know, and then I was high, then I was like mad paranoid, like, oh shit, I'm gonna get caught.
Yeah.
You know, then like, when you walk to the park, he's like, yo, you're not going home yet, like, chill out. And I was just like sitting in the park, and I was just like trying to chill.
Yeah.
And I was just like mad paranoid. Just feeling mad paranoid, just like cloudy vision. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a very common experience. It's just a thing of like, you know, when I was first starting to do that stuff, it was also very like, you know, I think part of it is sometimes we learn how to do it better, but also it's kind of like an effect of it that some people seem to react to it that way.
Yeah.
Then other people get like really laid back and chill. Other people get like kind of really paranoid and like thinking shit's
I think something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So we did all that. So let's talk about a little bit about music. I think we're gonna wrap up. It's been like half an hour, but we have some some final questions. It flew by.
Yo, the man's plan.
Yeah, I mean, half an hour, I think, for YouTube is a lot, you know? I mean, you and I...
It's a very long time.
Yeah, people are used to, like, 3-minute videos, but this is a good length. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you listening to right now, music-wise?
Listening to a lot of hip-hop. A lot of dudes from New Jersey right now.
Okay.
You know, like, doing 89 The Brainchild. Our way. Physical Graffiti. I mean, a lot of, you know, mainstream hip hop too. You know, definitely some Kendrick Lamar. You know what I mean? Some Action Bronson. Some, you know, bunch of other shit.
Yeah.
But just, been trying to like, you know, listen and get into like the music that's happening in New Jersey and shit like that. So
that's cool. We're gonna wrap up, but I want to finish by just kind of can you tell everyone, like, I've known you, you know, as just kind of this like cool dude, a positive dude, but you got some projects coming up. You have some projects where you're working on right now, right?
Yep. Working on some music.
Yeah. So you do hip hop music.
I do hip hop to the motherfucking music. Yeah. I mean, I got a bunch of stuff I've recorded and posted on my SoundCloud. LaBrea NJ.
I'm gonna put a link. Yeah.
Whatever. It'll be down there. Yeah, working on some music. Just working on hip hop. Just working on my performance skills and just putting this music together. Definitely. I'm releasing a project soon called Real as Reality. Probably. I mean, it's basically just adding some stuff. Probably like 3 weeks or something.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. So guys, be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna promote that as much as I can. I'll have everything. So again, where can they find your music at?
It's like soundcloud.com/LaBreaNJ.
Okay.
Or LaBreaNJ.bandcamp.com. And That's it for now.
Great. So I'm gonna edit this so that the music you're hearing at the start of this episode is gonna be Jose's music.
Cool.
And we're gonna end with that too. Listen to it. Listen, guys. I don't like hip hop music, but his shit's great. It really is great. And I what I also admire about you is you put in work into this.
Yeah, man. Just been getting this shit together.
Yeah, you have definitely been, performing, going up in mics, getting your feet wet, and doing all that stuff. So that's incredible.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So there'll be links down below. Check out the description. We'll have your links. If you have any dates you're performing live. Do you know of anything at this point?
Yeah, I mean, doing a show the 27th, opening for the show at the Dopeness in Jersey City. Gem Show 4. So should be cool.
That's what's up. Yeah. So I'm gonna put the details for that as well. This has been a pleasure.
It was awesome.
Yes.
It's exciting.
Love you a lot. First episode, guys. So you can expect stuff like this. We're just having conversations, and sometimes people got stuff to plug. Sometimes we're just gonna talk about stuff, and it's been a first outing, so we'll see. I saw that. All right.
Have a great night.
Guys, take care. Stay tuned. Peace out.
Peace.
Welcome to a new season. Walked into the booth, killed the verse for no reason. I'm the sickest dude breathing. Exhale my bat wings to unleash a few demons. Repossessing spirits, devils rip apart your arms, bite into your fresh flesh. If they're hungry, let them starve. Drag their body out the city and detain them on a farm. Sacrifice them or feed them to the chickens in the barn. Man, I told them I was coming. They shouldn't be alarmed. They were tugging on my rope, so I hung them by the scars. Now the earth is all mine, and that wasn't even hard. Still sitting in the driveway, warming up the car. Sick like a dog with rabies. I'm dumb crazy, the type to penetrate your lady and burn the baby. Can't trust God, Jesus hates me. A young Hades, underworld came and raised me. It's all daisies, infinite Euphrates flow. You can't even wrap around, shooting rapid rounds. Capping Catherine through your cap and gown. Capillary doing capoeira, I'm the captain clown. Adversaries come and feel the terror, try to snatch the crown. That's an error, wind back, another man down. Absorb spirits like Billy Mays. Sham, wow. Should I keep rapping though? Mass murder, Vlad the Impaler, I'm so classical. Even if you're not for resale, you're repackable. Lying to myself so long it seems actual. Just another day in the life, at least afternoon. LaBrea the Slayer, another classic tune. Welcome to a new season. Walked into the booth, killed the verse for no reason. I'm the sickest dude breathing. Exhale my bat wings to unleash a few demons. Welcome to a new season. Walked into the booth, killed the verse for no reason.